Good morning, everyone.
Mm.
Okay, before we start our practical session for today, for your midterm test next week, okay? Everybody here ready? For your midterm test, where's the Roman? Your midterm test will be conducted next week, so it's either during lecture or during practical. Okay, then I will discuss with Mr. Daniel, your new lecturer, when you want to conduct your your midterm test. So it will be similar with how you do FOA last time. It will be using it will be online, and you will use Google Docs to answer the questions. Okay, and the time. Okay, the time is 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, 1 hour 30 minutes including submission. So you will have 1 hour to answer question, and then you have 30 minutes for submission. All right, so far clear? Okay, and then the question structure. The question structure, we have you will have 5 questions, 5 structured questions, means you will have like 1A, 1B, 1C, two A, two B. Okay, so it's structured question. Total question are five question, and the total marks for the test will be 40 marks. Okay, 40 marks. So it's some of the question are theories. Some of the question you need to write relational algebra, and you also need to do the normalization process. Okay, that's the tips. Got it? I repeat your for your midterm test, expect question for theories. You have theories. You have to write relational algebra according to the scenario given, and you will need to do normalization process. Okay, so we have discussed all this during lecture, so please do your revision. So you will do it according to the given scenario. Okay, so can you raise hand so that I know you all get my message? Please raise hand if you get my message. Okay. So because it will not, I will not be involved with this course anymore after this. So that's all what I can give you. Okay, for now. So please do your revision. You prefer to do it during practical or lecture session? Which session do you think you want to do? Practical, during practical. Mana-mana lah kan? Because 2 hours also. So, maybe the rest. How about the rest? Um, okay, Ja. Mana-mana Ja? Oh, practical. Lagi practical. Okay, so I will try to talk to the new lecturer and see if he can do it during practical session. Okay. So, any more question for midterm test?
No.
So now we will start for our practical session for today. So this week we look at yet another characteristic, or yet another function that we have in PLSQL. So we have looked at cursor last week, last 2 weeks. Now we will look at another function which is triggers. Okay. So triggers for your assignment, you need to have this. I think if I'm not mistaken, I check again your assignment instruction. I think like one student need to have trigger to demo during your presentation. Yeah, so you need to really understand on how triggers works. Okay, so today we will cover only until page 6. Okay, so the next part will be um that will be continued by the new lecturer. Okay, only up until page 6 until here. Okay, so I will explain to you how to do all this, right? So you there are some things that you need to know if you want to do this trigger. So please listen carefully on what you need to do. Okay, so because I don't want later you keep asking me the same question. I already explained during the practical, but you still ask question. Okay, so please listen carefully to for today's practical session because it's a little bit different. So depending on how you created your database in practical one, so if you have not done practical one yet, you will have problem. You will not be able to do this one. Okay. You need to do practical one and also practical. I think practical three for this for this trigger. Okay. But for today, we will only do the first task. Yeah. So let's go back to the first page. So just some introduction on what is triggers. So the reference here is for this is the old one. So you can actually go to the Google Classroom. I have added the link for the latest PLSQL triggers for this one is for the latest version. Okay, so you can get this link from additional materials if I'm not mistaken in your Google Classroom. Okay, so what is trigger? Okay, so trigger it's like a stored procedure as well. Okay, it's the same thing. Like it's like stored procedure as well, but it's a trigger. We call it a trigger. So this is a PLSQL unit which stored in the database and can be invoked repeatedly. Okay, so if it's triggered, if the trigger that we created is enabled, okay, the database will automatically invoke it. Okay, so every time there is event there is event that occur that is stated in this trigger will fire. Okay, so the term here is fire. So I will explain to you later on how this trigger works. Okay, but just get the basic idea first. If the you if like let's take an example of update. Okay, so when we create a trigger like if there is an insertion of new update into a particular table, then this trigger will uh, the trigger that we created will fire. So this is what that is what we where we look at the triggering event. Okay, so if there is a triggering event, it will fire this trigger. Okay, so um, that's the basic idea of it. Maybe you cannot understand for now. So let's go to we will go to the example later on. We see the scenario and I think you will be able to understand. Okay. So the syntax of trigger similar to how we create a stored procedure. So it's create or replace a trigger and then you give a name to the trigger and then is it before or after? So before all this statement or after all this statement. So this is the triggering event. So if let's say this trigger will be fired if you choose after, okay, after insert. So if there is an insertion to this table name, this trigger will run. Okay, so this is how the syntax of trigger is written. So you can put in for each row when, okay, if you have a condition, and then you declare new variable, and you will use this statement here, and then you will have begin. Okay, and then you will put in the PLSQL instruction. So typically, this is how syntax of trigger is presented in Oracle. Okay, so we will create two trigger for today. All right, next part. This one, this is just to show you like how this we can have three types of trigger. We can have update, insert, and also delete. So for your assignment, you can also you can like pick whichever function that you want to use the trigger for. Yeah. All right. So before we go to the new scenario, let me just show you what are the purpose of trigger. What do we use trigger for? Okay. So, reasons to use trigger. So this can give you the ideas. These are the ideas on how you can apply trigger for your assignment. So trigger it let you customize your DBMS, your database. So you can use trigger to generate virtual column values, to log events, to gather statistics, to modify the table data, to enforce referential integrity, to publish information about all this, and prevent DML operations, and prevent invalid transaction, and also to enforce complex business or referential integrity rules. Okay, so this can give you the ideas on how you will apply trigger to your assignment. Okay, so for today, I think we will be doing this one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, modify table data. So we'll be doing like insertion and also some updating to tables. Okay, so now for today, we consider this new scenario. Okay, so we have the orders table, right? Orders table. So for we want to store four more details in orders table whenever an order is made. So every time there is an order coming in, like there is order coming in, and you key in the data. So this detail or this attribute will be updated. Okay, so meaning to say, now we will be updating. We will be adding more column to the orders table. Okay, so we have order amount. We'll add order amount, the discount, total discount, and final total. Okay, so this all this will be used whenever an order is made. Means whenever there is an insertion of order into the orders table. Okay, got it?
Okay.
Okay. So next consideration for the scenario, we will need to accumulate the monthly spending. Okay. So this is another trigger. Okay. Another event that we want to do. So we want to accumulate monthly spending according to the orders that was made from this order table. So we will also look at order details data. Okay. So we will be later we'll be modifying the existing orders table. Okay, you don't do this first. We will alter table orders and add this for more detail. Means we will add another four columns in order for us to test the trigger, and then we check the structure of orders. So you should see the all these four items or four new attribute is added into the table, and then all these order amount, total discount, and final total, it can only be calculated after we insert the necessary data into the order details. Okay, so because order details is it, it's dependent to the there's a dependency between order details and also orders table. So for each order detail, we will need to calculate the order amount. In order for us to calculate the order amount in the order table, we need to do this calculation. So from order details, the price each times the quantity ordered. Okay, so we will also refer to the order details table, and to calculate total discount, order amount times discount from orders table, and then the final total we calculate by subtracting the order amount with total discount. Okay, so all this this one will be we will include this calculation in the trigger. Okay, so every time a new record, so this is the event. This is the triggering event. Every time a new record, so every time your database is triggered, in this case is entering new record, inserted into order details. Also, this calculation will be automatic, should be done. It should be calculated, and it should be accumulated automatically to the same order number record in the orders table. So this one is what the trigger will do. And then as we accumulate the amounts of the orders table, okay, we should also accumulate the amount spent by each customer in a month automatically. Okay, so this is another information that we need to have in our database. So what we will do, we will be creating a new table for this particular new scenario. For this new scenario, we will be creating another table, customer monthly table. Okay, so we will be doing, first thing is to add the four new variable in orders table, and then create a new table. Okay, so in order for us to demonstrate the workings of the trigger that we will be creating, we will need to remove the order details record later. Okay, because we want to see the changes happen every time there is a new record inserted. Okay, so we will reinsert the data later on. Okay, so we will remove the order details records, means all the records in order details that we have key in previously, we will remove, delete. Okay, so for the two triggers that we will be creating, what it does is that it will monitor any insert into the order details table. So after, so this is the keyword, after an insert, it will automatically calculate and update the orders table on the on these three attribute. For order amount will be calculated, total discount calculated, final total calculated in the orders table. Okay, so we will look at the the example letter. Okay. The other one will be updating the column final total on the orders table. Okay. So when this column is updated, when this final total is updated in the orders table, the customer's monthly spending, this table should also be updated. Okay. So it will, the DBMS, our Oracle will automatically do all the necessary calculation. It's already included in the trigger. Okay. So we look at the trigger of this. So these are just some general use of triggers. So it's the same thing that that I showed to you in the PLSQL triggers from the documentation just now. So this is another explanation on how we use triggers, monitor changes, take appropriate action, and it also can stop DML statement. Okay, so you can use this statement. Okay, so for the task here, I explain first. I explain first what you need to do, and then we will open the SQL class later. But you might not able to start doing this. Okay, there is a constraint for this PLSQL trigger. Okay, so before you if you use your login as sysdba, if you log in as sysdba, you will not be able to create trigger. Okay, trigger, i- PLSQL trigger cannot be created under the system database administrator schema. You cannot add trigger in administrator account when you log in using in the administrator account. It's something like Oracle make it that way to there is a reason why they do that now. Okay, so you can do your own reading on why trigger cannot be created when you log in as sysdba. Okay, so I show you how roughly the is my example roughly the error that you will get if you use sysdba account. Okay, so it's something like this. You will get this error. Okay, you cannot create triggers on objects owned by sys. Okay, so this one happened because all the objects or all the tables that my machine created previously, that I created previously, was was created under sysdba. Okay, but apparently trigger cannot be created on objects on tables that's owned by sys. Okay, so means now you cannot do this because you cannot if let's say I'm not sure at your site you log in as the user that you created during um, our practical one or you use sysdba. Okay, I'm not sure at your site. So if you have been logging in using as sysdba, as I always show you, you will not be able to create the trigger. So how we are going to do this task? So remember you have created a user during practical one. So you will be using that user to create all this. Okay. So before we proceed to that, let's just go and look at the triggers. Um, I will show you how to log into the non-sys user after this. Okay, so maybe some of you already know how to do it. We'll do it together after this. Yeah. Okay, so we will be removing the records in order details. We delete the records of order details. So we will be these order details will be empty, and then we create the trigger. So you can use this or you can copy paste. I tried to use this, but I'm not sure why my machine cannot use this start. But if I copy, it can run. Yeah, so up to you. Maybe depending on your machine, you can do this. You have this file already in the Google Drive, also in the Google Classroom I will upload, so you can just get it from there. Okay, so trigger one will automatically update order amount, the total discount, and final total on orders table. So this is basically what we have discussed just now. So this is the um, trigger trigger statement or trigger query. And then we have another one. So trigger two will automatically update the customer's monthly spending every time there is an update of final total on orders table. Okay, so there will be calculation. So the calculation all is already done here. Okay, see. So this is the trigger, the new, the new, the new in update. Okay, so because every time record is inserted, so this is the new record inserted. It will be uh, inserted into this query and calculated by these statements. Okay, and then update orders, update table order, and with this calculation. Okay, um, and then we will fire the trigger. So why is it fire the trigger? Means we want to invoke, we want to like trigger the trigger. Okay, so we want to fire the trigger, like you trigger the trigger, you fire the trigger. The keyword here is you fire the trigger by inserting a new record to order details. So remember, we have deleted the order details record, so you should see only one record in order details. Then we will see their changes. Okay. So in order for you, maybe in order for you to understand more on what we will do today, I have prepared for you this one. I'm not sure this will help, but maybe you can understand more if I show you this. So we will be working with these three table today. So you have the order table, order details, and customer monthly. We will create customer new table today. So for orders, because if you have been logging in to your database using sysdba, you will need, as I mentioned just now, you will need to log in as you will connect to the Oracle database using non-sysdba user. That means the user that you created in Practical One. Okay, so that's why I keep telling you you need to do Practical One up until, like, you need to do all the practicals, okay, so that you can proceed with this testing. Okay, so if you have been logging into sysdba, so now, like today I tell you, you need to log in or connect to the Oracle database using your user that you created during Practical One. So if you connect to the new user, right, um, all these tables will not be included in the database because it's like it's new user, right? So you will not have the orders detail. Sorry, this orders table, and you will also don't have, you will not have these order details as well. Understand? Understand why you don't have this too? You understand, right? Because previously you have been creating it under sysdba. So if you connect using a new user, connect to the database using new user, the user's table space is empty. There are no tables connect in the under the user. Okay, so we will need, in the other words, we will need to create the order table, also the order details as well. Okay, got it? And you use raise hand to give me feedback. Okay, thank you. So I will show you how do we connect to, how do we log in to the user that is not the sysdba. Okay, so these are the three tables that we'll be working on today. So while a trigger is enabled, the database automatically invokes it. So this is where the trigger fires. So we will create two trigger. Trigger one, it will automatically update these attributes on orders table every time a record is successfully inserted. So it means that if there's every time there is a new record inserted into orders table, as sorry, inserted into order details table, this trigger will run. Okay, this trigger will run. And another one will be every time there is an update of the final total that we have in this orders table, trigger 2 will run, which it will automatically update the customer's monthly spending, which is this one. Okay, so are you all ready to go to open your SQL Plus? So we will do this together, or if you choose to like just watch the demo first, you can do that. Up to you. Okay, so I open my eh, sorry, SQL Plus. So first you can directly if you have been using your user that you create from Practical One to log in, you can continue to do that. But you can also log in as sysdba first. So you connect using the sysdba first. So how do you want to check the user that you created previously? Okay, so the So we have created a table space previously, the XEPDB one. So first what you need to do is you need to alter the session. Alter the session, you set to the table space. Let's set to the table space something that we created previously in practical one, the XEPDB1. One. Okay, so you alter session, you means you go into the table space that we created previously, the XEPDB1. Okay, so you should get this, and you want to view the users in this in the under this database, under this table space. So let us put in the formatting first so that we can see it clearly. The user, you want to see the username and then the password. Actually format anything, and then we also want to see the account status. Okay, if it's locked or unlocked. Username, password, and also the account. Okay, siapa? Mana? Forgot to column. So sorry, column account status. Account status. Type to the key. So this one we already do this during practical one. So now we want to select username. Can you see that? Make it bigger. You select username. So now what we are doing, we want to see what are the, if your username is available, the one that we created previously during practical one, you create user, right? So you can see it from here. Status from DBA users table. Okay, so see to get some of these. So previously I have created this one. Okay, created this one as well, and I have created this one as well. Okay, so for today I will be using this one. I will be connecting to the database, to the table space of XEPDB1 using a non-sys user so that you can, uh, so that I can create the trigger. Okay? So far, okay? So far, understand?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So next, how do we connect? How do we log in? How do we connect to the table space using the non-sys user? Okay. So I repeat, why we don't use the sysdba account, because trigger is not allowed to be created for objects that is owned by sys. Okay, SYS. So how do we connect to the login to the login using non-sys user? Yeah, so you connect and then the name. So previously you have when you create the user, you use create user, the name of the user, identified by. So identified by is your password. Okay, I mean identified by what? The identified by is the password. So basically here you will the one that we created during practical one is the same. So your password is the same as your username. Okay, and then you connect at, so this user is at localhost and the port, and then you log into this database. Okay, so you will connect to the database using this user, non-sys user, to this table space. Okay, so it should be um, I have now listener doesn't tell me enough about something. You can try at your side also. Yeah, I don't know. Let me check something. Can do at your side. Okay. Maybe I. Okay, that's good. Yeah. I'm not sure why I got the error just now. I think I missed out something in the connect statement. Okay, so you should be connected to your non-sys user. Okay, so the rest I hope also connected. Or I didn't see that XEPDB1. Salah kata di I typo. Typo. Thank you, Ian. I didn't see the message. Okay, thank you. All right. So now I am connected to the to this username or to this user. So you can double check if who is the user when you have to connected. So it's now Christy. Okay, so you can also check before right after you log in as SysDBA, right? You can check. You can use show user to see if your if you are you will definitely see as a user is sys. Okay, so that's why you will not be able to create the trigger. So now you connect to your user that you created previously. This is the username. The first one is the username slash the password that you set identify by, so it should be the same as the username, and you connect to the local host of the table space. This is the table space that we created previously. Okay. So here previously I already add the orders detail, the orders table. Okay, so I have run this just now. So I already have this. You should have you should not have this. So if you try this description or just it's not found, the object is not found because this table space for this particular user is empty. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to do some similar thing that you do during practical one. So you just start you can add the database into into this user, into this table space. Okay, so I will now, because I already have this orders table. So now I want to also add create the table orders detail in my table space. Okay, in my own table space, not as the admin. Okay, so you remember we have the .txt, right? So start. I want to start the what do you call it? This C order details. What do you call this? Okay. So sorry, am I too fast just now? So it's inserting, it's creating the table or the details and inserting the details that we have, the record. Okay, let me just open the txt file. 2000 di kan lebih kayak apa record. Hmm, so the order details txt is this one. You already have this previously. Um, this one drop table is because this is because I have created previously, so I drop first before I create the new one. Okay, so you have this. These are the order details, the record that it's inserting right now. So we create the order details under the new user, under the non-sys user. Create this, and it's inserting all this data. Okay, but we will delete also this one just after this, and we will reinsert again. Don't worry. Okay, so you should see number of order details 2996. Okay, got it. So now we already have orders table, and orders detail. And now let's go to the first one. We need to update, right? Update the table, add this one, alter. We need to alter this, alter table orders. We want to add all these four items here. Okay. So we alter the table and add the this new attribute. Yeah. So you know, just follow the alter table or just the statement. So we can check by using this one description order. So we want to see the new attribute added to the table. So you will see the attributes has been added, the new column has been added. We have order amount, yeah, discount, total discount, and final total. Okay. So now next thing you need to do is that create the customer this one customer SQL. You can run it or you can just copy paste this one. Okay. You can now we want to create this table. Okay. So you just create the table. You can copy paste or you can run the script. Table created. So we have the customer money. So you should have these details in the customer's monthly mm, table. Okay, got it. Okay, so after so now we have created all these. We already have all these three table in our table space. So what you do next is you go to the task. So now we can already start doing the task in page 4. Okay. So first thing remove the order details record. Okay, so you just type in the delete order details. Okay, so all the 2000 plus um, details record will be deleted. Okay, so we want to delete because we want to see how the trigger works on the details. Or 29960 rows deleted. Okay, so you can now recreate the triggers. You can either use this or you can copy paste the coding. Okay, triggers. So this is the first trigger, and the second trigger. I would prefer you to type it actually, but for the purpose of this practical demo, we can just copy paste. Okay, later you can try to understand the statements. Right. What is this? What's the error? So now let me fix this. Okay, so you can try to run the trigger at your side. Or you will need to have the customers. We need to have the customers table. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, okay. Anyone have do the have done it? The both trigger. Okay. So both trigger already okay lah. So you can proceed to the next part if you already done the trigger, yeah. Anyone else got error? Okay. So yun okay ah. Um, I'm not sure which part I do. I tried before. Okay, so the rest, how about the rest? I'm still looking at mine. Okay, so you can try to roll back. Actually, you can try roll back and can just follow the instruction. Okay, so this one actually just to show you that the trigger happen after you insert new record to your table. Yeah, the rest okay. All good. Yeah, I hope you are testing it now. Mm, okay, so if you already finished, okay, if you already finished, you try to insert more data. Try to insert more data, and you do the rollback and see um, how you get the update in your database. Okay, and then you do this hedge, execute the script. I'm still looking at my mine got a little bit of problem. So you can continue to do until finish, yeah, and you check the updates. The rest, I hope you are doing it. You need to have the customer table as well. Okay. Um, so to be safe, like if you after you log in as the new user, right? You after you log in as the new user, not the SysDBA, you just run all the creation of database. You just create all the database that we have created previously under SysDBA. Okay, so you just add on all you insert all the table that we have created previously in our SysDBA database. Yeah, got it? Because for the second trigger, right? The second trigger, I just noticed you will need to have the customers table as well. Which one? The customers table. Okay. So now, I hope you are all doing it now. If you have problem, please let me know. So far, Ian, Noel, Farah, Russell is okay. The rest? Still trying. Please let me know if you have problem. Yeah, so you can try do testing lah. If you like, if you want, you can proceed to the next part so that when the new lecturer take over later, you can understand more. You can proceed to the next part if you want. But if you don't want to do this first, it's fine. Just try to play around with the trigger that you have created from the first task. Okay? I'll let you do your own thing now. So again, I will also do the, but before I let you go and do your own thing, let me just demo you for this from here. See, okay? Just now my trigger has problem because I don't have the customer table in my table space. So now, so for those uh, who have created the trigger and have not done the insert, trying to insert, so you want to fire the trigger, so we insert this to all the details. Means now we want to give a new data, we want to insert new data to trigger, to fire the trigger that we have created. So insert the data. Eh, tadi okay sudah. Okay, try on your own first. Yang lain oke kan? Ian semua tidak problem tadi kan? Dan until task one, all good. Oke, task I kata. Oke, thank you. Hmm, I tested just now, okay already. Something error again. So please do at your side and let me know if you have problem. Don't just keep quiet, yeah? So I let you do at on your at with your own time. So please try to do the task and let me know if you have problem. I will be here. Okay, thank you. Okay, to those who already finished, please try to please go back to the trigger statements and try to understand each line. Okay, try to understand each line so that we know what it does. Right? Thank you. Ian, can you help me to demo your part? Where you do from, if you can, yeah, I mean, can you help me to demo from task C until F? Can you help me to do this? So, means you share screen. Is it? Are you comfortable? Okay, so help me to do to just show this one because my I'm not sure my why my trigger cannot run. Help me, yeah. Okay, just roll back kan. So you just share screen after you ready to show. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Betty.
Okay, go on. Thank you.
So task C. C is auto trigger. Okay.
Insert data kan?
Yeah. So this one. Okay. So is D. Check for updates. The other one.
Okay, can
So
you kejap Ian? Thank you.
okay.
Hold on for a sec, yeah. I explain this one first. So, what Ian does is he insert new values, okay, to the orders detail table, right, with the values of these four data and one row created. So, and then Ian check the row created, and here is the second part is when you select all the variables from the table, it will show you the order number, the data that is being inserted previously. Yeah, so you will see the order amount, the total discount, and final total has been calculated by the trigger. And then also the order details as well. Ngam kan, Ian?
Yeah. Like
Okay,
just
okay,
now the output for mine.
okay. Bigger, good. Cannot see just now. And then you show the select all from customer monthly, and it shows that the customer number 363, um, year number and the month number and also the monthly amount. It, this one is calculated by trigger, right? Okay, can you continue? Thank you, Ian. Can continue.
Okay. So I continue to add two more for E. First one, second one.
So another two insertion, right?
Yeah.
And the order tab, I guess, schedule. Where are you? Um, the updated one is this one, right?
Yeah. The top part. Yeah. This
The
one.
select after you insert two part. So you will see the final total is now different from the previous one because it has been updated with the two insertion of new details, new order details. And then also you have added more another two record at the order details table. So you have order number three or three new, just now one, right? And then you add another two, the bottom two, the new one, right? Okay. And then the customer monthly also new value, new calculated. Okay, continue.
Okay. So next step is to roll back. So we go back. Then
So after you roll back, actually what happened is that it it what do you call it? It reset all the changes that we have made previously. All the add new details or new add new orders already is deleted, and this is what we get. It's go back to zero. Okay, and then you can try to do the trigger again to insert the data. So you can do the you insert again the reinsert the data kan after this. Is that what's
yeah,
happening?
from the text file.
Yeah, it's actually the same thing lah. Same
Yeah.
thing from yeah. Just can you show
Okay.
the
So
just you
uh,
run the script ka?
I copy paste Maras
Oh.
want to find the location. uh,
All the details like punya banyak tu 2000 plus you want to
very,
apa?
very it's quite quick. Hold on.
Okay lah, after you.
Okay. So now paste.
You just insert again kan?
Yeah. So okay.
Oh cepat toh.
Then yeah.
So fast ah your computer. Ah,
Okay. So
so
yeah,
what else?
now I can
That's it, right?
get,
What
yeah,
else?
that's it. So now I check again uh, for for this one.
So
Uh,
this is according to the order details
yeah,
data that we
the
insert.
number.
Kan?
This one.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So the second one, this one is a bit long. So it's
Okay.
hold on, need some scrolling.
So many. It's okay lah. Don't have to go up.
Almost there.
You, yeah. Oh,
I think it duplicates for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it needs
or
some
maybe yeah,
the
need to do something to
yeah.
like yeah. So that's why if you want to use this kind of like query for your assignment, make sure you can explain why it's redundant. Lah.
I can do something like the number.
Mm. I think it easier to see. Orders number is it? Oh, space. Hmm? Hmm.
Mm,
You want to group by so that easier to see, right?
yeah. Every
Select all. No, select all. Where? Select all. You select all. Select
or
all. Where? Then you group by. Can cut. Just now you do can.
haven't tried yet, but
Oh.
should be okay. Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Okay.
So okay, never mind.
Mm. Okay.
Because
I think that's sufficient to show your classmates. Thank you so much, Ian.
okay,
Okay. So the rest, I hope you know what to do, and please let me know if you have problem. Okay. So I let you do the task now. So just play around with it, like look, see how the trigger works. Okay. So later 10:30, I will recap again what we have learned today, and final words from me before I pass you to the new lecturer. Yeah, 10:30. I'll be back. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Can you on your webcam? I just want to see your faces. If you're comfortable in on your webcam, thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. Wish Vero, Vero ko di mana tuh? Eh, um, yang lain na mo on. Hello, Russell. Okay, so as you all know, um, this is my last final class with you, um, but I'm not sure. Eh, like verbally confirm already lah change lecturer. Tapi macam I'm not sure. Got some issue at admin side. I'm not sure, but at the moment, yes, this course will be taken over by Mr. Daniel. Okay, Mr. Daniel Lloyd Michael, that's your new lecturer. I will add him into the WhatsApp group after this, so, and then you please welcome him. Yeah, later. So today, uh, I just want to recap what we have learned throughout the semester. So for lecture, we have discussed on chapter 1 until chapter 5. Okay, so once again for midterm test, just now ada yang belum masuk when I mentioned about midterm test. So for your midterm test, it will be conducted either during lecture or practical, but I will propose to Mr. Daniel to conduct it on during practical so that you have more time to study. Okay, for your midterm test, you will have 5 questions. Okay, 5 questions, structured questions. Structured question means you have maybe one A, one B, to A to B. Okay, so the question will be that combination of theories, and then you need to create, or you will be given a scenario, and you will need to come out with a relational algebra statement. Okay, relational algebra statement. And the third one would be the normalization process. Will be given another scenario, and you will do the normalization process from if needed from UNF until 3NF. Or if UNF is not needed, you can start from 1NF to 3NF. Okay, so those are the tips that I can give you. Yes, so I repeat for midterm test, theories. Theory should be no problem for you lah because it's a test also, right? And then you have to come out with a relational algebra. It's number two, and number three is doing the normalization process. Okay, got it? Okay, so you will be given a scenario. So please go back and please do your revision. Try to look at different type of scenario and you how do you produce a relational algebra, how you do the normalization process, right? So that's for your midterm test. The midterm test will be 40 marks. Okay, 40 marks, and the time that you need to answer is only 1 hour saja, 1 hour only for answering question. Okay, so that's why you need to really tackle on the ways on how you come out with a relational algebra statement from a scenario, and also the normalization process. Okay, so 1 hour only to answer, and 30 minutes will be for submission. So 1 hour 30 minutes. So it will be conducted. I will propose to Mr. Daniel to conduct it during practical session. Friday lah, Friday 9 to 11. Okay, so it will be similar with what you have done with your FOA. You do you will be assigned assignment on in Google Classroom, and then you will use the template. Template will be provided to you in Google Docs format. Google Docs format, and you just type in your answer there, right? So let's select for the normalization and the normalization process and also the relational algebra, right? Maybe you, if you are comfortable like writing it down, you don't want to use computer, I think you can. Uh, I will double check with the CC again if you can like snap photo and insert to your Google Docs. Okay, because some of the relational algebra you need to insert like the symbols, right? So maybe you will find difficulty to like to insert the symbols. And another thing is that if you use the symbol like in your Google Docs, because your machine and my machine is different. No, Mr. Daniel's machine is different. So maybe the code that you can see on your screen will not be the same that what I see on my screen. You understand, right? Means because our system is different. So maybe if like I download your Google Docs file and the symbol can change. Yeah, so maybe in order to tackle that problem, you can also save as PDF your Google Docs answer. Okay, so I will let Mr. Daniel know what you need to submit, and Mr. Daniel will be the one who will mark your midterm test. Okay, any question for midterm test? So
Uh,
far, okay, okay. So far, understand, huh? Can hear my neighbor singer. Okay, so that's for midterm test and also for practical. Practical we have done up until trigger, half part of trigger, and remember to submit your apa satu DDL and DML this week. Okay, so some of you already submit. Thank you for your submission. But those your submission of your task, right? I don't do the apa tu the marking because in the end like see kan baru the task 2 and task 3 you also like do some amendment already to your ERP. Okay, so I will let Mr. Daniel know that marking will only be done at the end of the semester during the final submission. Final submission baru do the marking lah, not by task. Okay, so to allow you like to because from the beginning pun like you still have you need to like amend some here and there, right? So I'm afraid like if I mark now, you will have changes later, and the changes will not reflect to the one that you have submitted previously. Okay. Uh, so Mr. Daniel will also mark your assignment, and please give full cooperation to Mr. Daniel for your assignment submission, also your practical tasks as well. Okay. So I will still be available for you. Okay, you can still reach out to me if you have any problem, like maybe you malu-malu want to tell Mr. Daniel. You can maybe mungkin awal-awal like you have no like belum biasa with Mr. Daniel, right? I'm still open for questions if you want to reach out to me. I will try to help you if like needed. I will also let Mr. Daniel know. He's okay. He's okay when you. So I know him personally as well. So I hope you will not have problem with him now. Okay. So please give your full support to the new lecturer. Okay. Can you do that for me? You will still see me at campus. So that's why I want to see your faces so that if I see you at campus, I can hire you. So if you see me at the campus in the future, then pahaya. If itu pun kalau kamu kenal saya lah, semua pakai mask kan. Okay, so it's been pleasure teaching all of you. Walaupun tidak habis this semester, I hope to see you all at campus soon. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Please all do those yang belum buat practical. Please do your submission. If you have problem, please let me know. Nobody come to me like Miss, I don't know how to do this and that. Some of you, yes, did, and then those that I already give like feedback, please do try to do it. You really need to do it because you will see when you see the past year's question. The past year's question, you will need to do some statement as well. Write down some statements. So you really need to understand the function. Really need to understand each line of the query. Okay, and also it's all also very helpful for you to do your assignment. Okay, so I think that's all. Do you have any question for me before we dismiss class for today? so far, yeah? No question?
Ah,
Okay.
so far
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so if you have question later, you can always reach out to me. I will add Mr. Daniel in the group after this. Yes, masih awal pula. I thought 10:50 already. So you left the station at 10:50, yeah? Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye. See you at campus.
Okay, miss. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.